Welcome to the Industrial Kingdom podcast, where expertise meets opportunity, exploring real industrial projects, smart investments, and the future of manufacturing and agribusiness across the MENAT region and beyond.
Hi, welcome back to the Industrial Kingdom podcast. I am Valerie Zakka, your host, and today we have a special episode with Mr. Chaker Saab. Welcome, Chaker.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Chaker is the executive chairman of Tinol Paints manufacturing group, headquartered in Lebanon. And it's the first time we have a guest from this industry. So we are excited to see what great insights Chaker will give us about the paints and chemicals manufacturing in general,
Yes.
right?
Definitely.
So to start, for people who don't know you, tell us a bit about yourself, your path, and who is Chaker.
So, first of all, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. So, I am Chaker Saab. I am a paint manufacturer. I am a business person, a lifelong learner, and I've been in this business for more than 30 years, and I really love manufacturing.
Mm-hmm. It is a family business?
Yes, Tinol is a family business, and it was established in 1956, so exactly 70 years ago.
Wow.
It was established by my late father back then. So in 1956, I joined in 1997. So the company was already for more than 40 years old.
Yani you grew up there, basically.
Yes,
Like
basically,
us,
I joined
yeah.
in 1997, but I used to go since I was a child.
Exactly.
And it was, for me, it was joining the company was something that came naturally. Nobody asked me to join the business.
I feel like I'm listening to myself because this was my experience too in our family business. But this is not about me. So tell us a bit about Tinol, like what is the activity, a bit the history, how Tinol today is a big name in the industry. And like we were discussing earlier, it became like a household name. And then when someone wants to say paints, they say Tinol. How did you get here? And how did you grow to this point?
So basically, Tinol is a paint manufacturing group. And as I said, we were established in 1956. In 1966, we set up a company, a factory in Ghana, in Africa. In 1976, we were the first company from the Middle East to sell a technical license to manufacture paints to Austria, Swarovski. You know the Swarovski crystals company?
Yes.
So their family business, they started manufacturing under license from Tinol,
Wow.
Lebanon. Yes.
How come we don't know that? That's such a
It's on our website, and
how and what kind
we
of
don't
license?
talk about it enough.
Relax,
So,
exactly.
yeah. And in the 80s and 90s, we had a factory in the UK, the Greater London area. So when I joined, the company was already mature.
Yeah.
But when the company is mature, it's a good base. And based on that, we started growing even more. We started innovating. I worked a lot on the business development side. Basically, I developed the Lebanese market.
It was mainly abroad before Ghana or UK.
Yes, but I started with the Lebanese market before working on export markets, and I'll tell you more about what happened in the recent years. So I worked on that. I worked on quality management. And we started working on AI. Now everybody talks about AI, but we started working on AI in 2002.
What?
And it was not generative AI. It was not LLM back then, but it was a system that matches colors, that comes up with new colors. So you would enter the data of all the colors that you have, all the bases, and it would create links between them, and this is AI.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
people think
An
that AI
algorithm.
just came up, a couple of years ago with.
Was that your initiative?
Yes, it
Are
was.
you an engineer or you business?
No, I studied business. I have an executive MBA. I also have CDD, Cercle des Dirigeants, which is like a mini EMBA, which I did after the EMBA. So recently, it was a year or two ago.
Yes, but the industry is a place where you can innovate a lot as a business person, and that's why I asked you if you're an engineer. Many times, because I'm not an engineer and I work in the industry, but there's so many things that you can, like what you're talking about.
So after I finished my bachelor's, I went to Germany, Switzerland, and the UK. And I went to companies. It was a program that was made for me with our raw material suppliers. And I learned a lot. It was mainly technical. So I learned a lot about the paint industry.
Yeah.
And I'm also a detail-oriented person in some cases, not always, where we have specific products. There are products that I worked on, such as fire retardant intumescent coatings. These are coatings that protect steel structures from collapse. It's like you've seen buildings collapse because of fire. Mainly, everybody has seen World Trade Center.
Recently, yes.
So these coatings delay the collapse of steel structures to evacuate the people in the buildings for up to 2 hours mainly. So I worked on this technology 20 years ago. Of course, we have people in the company who do that. Back then, my father was still there, and he was the top technical person. But there were specific projects that I worked on. This is one of them: the color matching and color formulating systems. I also worked on these. So when I joined the company, I focused on specific projects, and this is how I started knowing more about the business. And these projects were not only technical. I talked about marketing, CRM. I worked on that. I worked on R&D. I worked on quality management. And I started going up or stepping up in the company in order to reach the position of executive chairman in 2011. So I think that I did this. I earned it. I feel that I earned it. It was not something that I inherited. Maybe I inherited the shares, but at the management level, I worked hard to get there.
I think you like it, and you wanted to upgrade it to reach a higher game with the industry. Because now you are talking about these products and these technologies, and for us, Tinol is paints mainly. So tell us a bit, what are the product lines?
Okay, so you have a very broad range of products. I talked about the fire retardant intumescent.
Yes.
These are the specialty coatings. You have the floor coatings for factories. You have
like epoxy and things like that.
Epoxy, polyurethane. And so we have all the range: solvent-based, solvent-free, water-based, and also solvent-free and solvent-based polyurethane. We have acrylics. We have water-based as well. So this is the range for sports courts. We have paints for swimming pool. We have industrial paints for steel that can last more than 15 years outside in very aggressive environments. I said antibacterial, anti-carbonation. So it's a very broad range. So
and quite technical.
yes.
Technical.
Yes, they're quite technical, and basically the very big range of products is the decorative and architectural products, which are interior, exterior paints, textured, smooth, so everything you can think of, putties. So it's, if you want, it's a one-stop shop for liquid paints.
Amazing. So can you take us a bit like on an insider speak of what a daily operation is? يعني you are in the morning, you start, what happens? What are you running?
So basically I am in the operations, and I also try to take a bird's eye view on the operations. So when I need to go into detail, I do it. I'll tell you a bit about how a paint manufacturing
Yes, tell us.
factory
We
works.
want to know.
So basically, when you want to manufacture paint, you need the raw materials. The raw materials are mainly resins, powders, pigments, additives, etc. And a paint is a dispersion of liquids and powders. So if you want to simplify it, you have a lot of different types of machines, grinding machines, dispersing machines. And so you get these raw materials, you put them in vessels, you grind the pigment, you disperse it in the paint, then you do the quality control. It's a process. It's just not just one instance. So it's a process during manufacturing. You fill the paint, you label the paint, you put it in a warehouse, then you sell it. This is the manufacturing part. The R&D part is doing the same thing on a lower and bigger, smaller quantities. But then you have so many different tests that you do. We use AI a lot now in R&D.
Yeah, and if you started using AI in the 2000s, early 2000s, now you must surely be adopting it.
Yes, yeah.
I will ask you about this a bit. And usually, what are the main challenges, for example? This operation, you were very good at making it sound so simplifying it, but I'm sure it's very complex. What are some challenges, daily challenges you find?
Daily, the main challenges, the daily challenges related to manufacturing are not very tough. The main challenges that you have in Lebanon is the security issue, the bombing, and all of that. And since we are headquartered in Lebanon, we manufacture mainly in Lebanon. Now we're going to talk about Canada, our co-branding partnership, where we manufacture in Canada. But we've always had problems. But the good thing is that, unfortunately, we got used to all of that, and we are very adaptable. So during this war, we already had prepared everything, and even the previous war, we had plans, contingency plans, and all that.
Yes, that's because you basically, the company started in Lebanon and grew up in that mindset of being ready for last minute, for inconveniences and logistical obstacles, let's call them. But Jen, so in the past 3-4 years, let's say, which have been quite intense for most of us, what are some of the main challenges you faced? And I'm sure how did you innovate to overcome them, as you're quite innovative?
Yeah, one of the challenges was raw materials, supply of raw materials, especially now.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world has these
really
issues.
In the world?
Yes, you have now with the Strait of Hormuz that is blocked.
Yes.
You have delays in shipment. You have the raw materials that our suppliers use to manufacture the raw materials that we use. So we also have these issues. You have definitely in Lebanon shortage of cash. So you have to juggle with all of these things and
So
and problems.
input material.
Yes, this is one of these things. One of the issues during the war. You have to get the workers to the factory, to the site.
Yes.
This is very important. Now we're simplifying things, but they're not as simple as.
No, you're
as
very
they
good
look.
at putting things, at simplifying things and making it sound easy, but I'm sure it's not. And it's a chemical, in the end, it's a chemical industry. So there must be challenges as well for logistics.
Definitely.
So what did you do, for example, in face of that shortage or like that tightness in?
So you have to manage now. You need to manage cash when there's a war. They say cash is king. So
I think always cash is king.
yeah, it is because
Not only during the war.
cash becomes an emperor during this.
But like, for example, are there any ways to, for example, replace some of these products you need to import? Like, because I know in other industries, let's say in the food and beverage industries, a lot of initiatives have been supported, financed, and also as private initiatives to create something local to avoid that heavy reliance on importing some of the raw materials. Of course, we don't have such a big industry here that can serve the whole market. But is there something similar in the paints or in the chemical?
Basically, when you want to be agile, you have to have different suppliers, but that are vetted and tested. This is why we have the R&D department that keeps on testing raw materials. So we never compromise on quality, and this is why our name is very known and trusted since 70 years. So if we find another supplier with a similar raw material, we have this supplier or 2 or 3 suppliers. You always have your main supplier, okay? But sometimes the main supplier has issues, so you have to shift to
Unfortunately.
Other products. So, and you have to know which, so the lead times. So the products that have longer lead times, you need to keep a bigger quantity in your warehouses. And we have a team who are very good at finding what we need at all
so
times.
basically it's a procurement game, and I'm sure you've invested some in digitalizing operation through ERP or like
Yes, of course. We
that can help a lot in managing the.
Yes, we have an excellent ERP. It's called Microsoft Business Central. We also have Microsoft CRM. We also use in our export activities, we use Odoo. And so we have all of these. We have software.
Odoo must be the best one.
So it depends on our operations. So our office for Europe in Cyprus uses Odoo. Here we use Business Central.
Did you also rely on your international offices to support in these during these the war and the shortages?
Definitely. Well, you always need to have. We also during the last war, we're also preparing ourselves to manufacture outside Lebanon if the factory was to be targeted.
Wow.
So
what are your export bases or like your international activities based?
So it's the Middle East, it's Africa, mainly West Africa.
Do you still have a
countries.
manufacturing activity there? Or?
Now the manufacturing is mainly Lebanon.
Good.
And now for the Canadian marketing, it's our partner in Canada. But,
Nice. So you've started a manufacturing partnership there?
Yes, a manufacturing partnership. We have a contract with a very large developer in Canada, and we did this in partnership with with Cloverdale. Cloverdale is the largest independent Canadian paint manufacturer. So we have a co-branded paint.
Will it also be called Tinol?
Yes, it has Tinol and Cloverdale on the bucket.
That makes us very proud.
Yes.
And what about you have some other offices around?
Yeah.
Like, how do you choose them?
We have an office in Cyprus. The office in Cyprus takes care of the European market. Why Cyprus? Cyprus is very close. You get there in 20 minutes.
Yes. And it's Europe.
Yeah, and it's Europe at the same time. We have an export manager based there. He's a Cypriot, so he understands the Cypriot market. He also speaks Greek, so Greece is easy as a language. And
do you have any golf activity in the Gulf?
What we do, basically, we manufacture for a French company here in their name. So it's a private label. We also have private labels for Cypriot companies. We're working now on a private label for a Danish company. We still have not launched. We're still working on that.
Nice. That private. I didn't know also private label is a thing in the paints.
Yes, we also have a co-branded label with a British company as well. So
I need to come visit your operation.
Yes, you're always welcome.
Thank you. So now the big question that we are talking about in every sector of the industry, AI in the paints industry. So what is your outlook on that, and how will this affect your industry in general and specifically your operation?
Okay, so I talked about AI, which we started in the early 2000s.
For colors
and also for quality control as well. I did not mention that. And now with large language models, we use for our finance strategy, etc. Everything in the business we use ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, DeepSeek. And now we're working, since we are members of 3 international paint organizations, which are based in the US. One of them is called CRGI. It's for collaborative R&D. Guild CPO is a centralized purchasing office where we have deals with raw material suppliers from around the world. And we have a collaborative marketing organization. We have a pool of companies, and we work on color research together, on technology and all of that. To go back to CRGI, and we're working with them. We co-own with the other members. We co-own a lab in the US, and this lab is an extension of our R&D team. So we work on specific projects. This lab also works on projects for all the members of CRGI. I sit on the board of CRGI.
Wow.
And it's something that is very good. These 3 organizations, the fact that we work in Canada on this project, on this partnership, was so we got the help from these 3 organizations.
You're receiving the pool of technical of new developments in the industry, of all the technology they have at their disposal to develop your products. And I'm sure you're also contributing.
Of course, yes. It is collaborative. So you give and you take, you share with other. So we have meetings, regular meetings. We have forums. They ask questions. We ask questions. We answer questions.
You are an example of someone who is part of these associations and how these associations are beneficial for business. I know you're with us in the RDCL,
Yes.
and you're on the board of several other organizations.
Yes. I'm on the board of the Association of Lebanese Industries.
Yes.
I said CRGI in the US. I'm a YPO member. I was the chairman of YPO Lebanon. I was a regional board member of YPO. I was the founding chairman of the Family Business Network Levant, which is affiliated with the Family Business Network International. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, French Lebanese Chamber of Commerce.
So you are representing Lebanon in the international chambers. I was interested to know about this. So is this also a project you are part of, or do you just?
This is part of Color Guild.
Yes.
So this color fan deck was developed by Color Guild. So it was developed by the members of Color Guild. We are one of these members, of course, with specialists in manufacturing color cards, with specialists in technology, software, etc.
I can only imagine what the technology and the advancement of AI will do to colors. Right?
Yes,
but also it will spoil the clients, because we will be requesting more and more sophisticated solutions and new colors constantly.
We like challenges.
You do? Good.
And when you so we have in our library, we have like 20,000 saved colors. But
wow,
whatever color you come up with, we can match it very, very easily. And within 5 minutes, you get your paint. You can take it with you. So these are our shops, and the color is very accurate. The color that you get
stable
is
across. Okay,
and it is exactly the color that you see that you want.
Yes. Also, one last question: what did you think of this year's Pantone color? That was a big a big subject of joke. The white, right? The white. Like, what was?
Pantone is a standard mainly for printing. You have other standards for paints. Definitely, we can match Pantone colors, but we have our own standards ourselves from.
So, what do you think of that, about that white color? Why was that? Why do you think that was voted?
I don't want to talk about things. They have their people, their research team.
Yes.
And all of that, and it's also about marketing for us, for them, for everybody.
Okay.
It's also marketing.
I see.
And this is how it works. Pantone is very important worldwide. They have built an excellent business model, and they are very successful.
But it's different. You don't use the Pantone referencing.
No, we don't use Pantone, except if a customer gives us a specific Pantone color.
Then
you have other standards for paints. You have RAL, the German standards. Yes. You have NCS. We have our own color guild. Color is.
Now I learned something. I understand.
So we have our own standards. So. There are many standards, but definitely in printing and other
that's
industries.
A different industry. That's a different industry.
You have Pantone, which are the top in their industry.
Great. So my takeaway from this is that there's so much to do in the paints industry. So it's not just painting like we see it. It's full of technical technical aspects, as well as a lot of marketing and research. And you are representing this very well.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience with us. And we look forward to visiting your factory.
It would be a pleasure to welcome you.
If anyone has a question for Chaker, leave us your comments in the comment section below. And remember to always follow the Industrial Kingdom on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and wait for the next episode of the Industrial Kingdom podcast. Thank you so much, Chaker.
Thank you,
It was really a pleasure to have you. Bye.